Hello everyone, I'm a Dark Empath. Welcome to my channel. Please do subscribe to my work if you haven't already done that, and those of you who have, thank you very much. Please click the notification bell if you want to get notified when I post. Okay, I'm using this Cult Tarot today. It's going to be timeless collective reading and gender's fluid, time is fluid as well. So if I mention those things, it doesn't make sense to you, flip it, flick it, stick it where it belongs, and if it doesn't, just flip it out of your situation completely. This is a collective reading, so it could be your energy or someone else's. I also read reversals, so if that's not really up your alley, just kind of, I don't know. I read a lot of reversals. Oh yeah, speaking of reversals, Five of Cups in reverse. Okay. Five of Cups in reverse is like you or someone you know, or someone that is in this energy is not feeling regret for something. So you could have done something that someone else maybe wishes you didn't do. Or maybe someone else did something that you wish they didn't do. But either way, whoever this energy is, they're not feeling regret for the situation. They're not feeling like they lost anything in it. You know, maybe someone took a big risk and no one thought it was going to pay off, and it paid off so well for them. Everybody's scratching their head as to how that happened. And it kind of like is mind-boggling to people that maybe they would think that someone should feel in the Five of Cups, but they're in the Five of Cups in reverse for whatever reason. That's kind of frustrating. Say if you're the person that thinks maybe this person shouldn't feel so satisfied or shouldn't feel that maybe they should feel regret. Maybe you're thinking someone should regret their decisions, but they don't. So yeah. Maybe someone thinks you should either, like you should too, but like either way, like I said, someone's not really regretting something they did. Two of Swords in the upright. So you or someone else is not regretting what you did, and you're in it. You're not feeling indecisive either about what you did or about why you did it. So maybe you did something, maybe someone else did something that, you know, other people find questionable. But like I said, if this is your energy, you did something that, or, you know, whatever, something happened and you don't feel regret over it. You kind of accepted it. You kind of are moving on from it. And it gives you a better ability to make decisions in your daily life. Maybe in the past when these things happened before, you couldn't make decisions anymore. Maybe so you got really distressed and you had to give someone to help you make decisions and things like that. But for whatever reason, I don't know exactly what this is, but there's a Five of Cups in the reverse. So yeah, you're not stuck in a decision, or this could be somebody else who's not stuck in a decision. Like I said, people could be scratching their heads as to like, pardon me, confirmation. Why this person who always used to seem to be constantly indecisive and always seemed to be constantly feeling regret and things like that isn't right now. Maybe this is something you used to go through a lot. Maybe you used to go through a cycle of regretting your decisions and then feeling like you couldn't make decisions on your own anymore. This could be someone else too. But I think that's ending. No death card right yet, but I think that something's... either way, they're still making decisions. The World in the upright. Yes, that's the point. Your world or their world is still in the upright. So whatever happened or whatever didn't happen that should have maybe made someone regret it or whatever it was, or not regret not something, it's not being regretted. So people can still make decisions for themselves. You, whoever this is, can still make decisions for themselves. So the world's still in the upright. Like you or whoever this is doesn't have to lose your mind over it. Doesn't have to lose your peace of mind over it. Doesn't have to lose your world over it. Basically, the world won't go in the reverse over someone not regretting what they did. So yeah, I mean, you, if you're mad or if you're hurt or if you're, you know, feeling some sort of way about someone who did something that they don't regret, and you shit them in your head because you wish they would regret what they did, but they won't, you're gonna have to accept that for yourself. You could actually use their not regretting what they did to be able to make better decisions for yourself, actually, and you could have the world in the upright. But if you want to, you could sort of like mentally berate them in your head, and like maybe even berate them in real life. Maybe you could even abuse them to make them feel that they should have regretted the thing that they did, but they don't. Best to just kind of accept that this person doesn't regret that thing they did, or doesn't regret the thing they didn't do, or doesn't regret the thing that happened or didn't happen. Shoes on the other foot as well, as it could happen that way. You would have to accept that, or this person would have to accept that you don't regret that, whatever that was that happened or didn't happen. Whatever it is that, you know, was supposed to happen, didn't. I don't know. It feels like there was an expectation. I'm reading like there was an expectation for something to happen because it always happens a certain way. And if something goes a certain way, it should go a certain way, right? But it's not going that way right now for some reason. The world's in the upright because it's not. You're still able to retain your decision making over someone else's. And right, then the entire world stays in the upright. Say someone has had a tendency in the past to be really sensitive to criticism, and they get really upset, maybe even sick over it, and people have to kind of upset the world. Like the world goes in reverse because this person has a tendency to get so upset about things that could be considered really not that consequential. Maybe this has changed now. This person might have did something to change their perspective on life. They may have really had to do a lot of radical acceptance, like a big deal of radical acceptance in their personal life to like let go of the things they can't change. And now they're going to be able to make better decisions because they're mentally unburdened, right? They're mentally unburdened. It's a good example actually to take, even though maybe you don't like that person, or even though maybe you don't like what they did. It's still a really good example to take of a person who can sort of like straighten up and fly right after something happened that maybe should have knocked them down, but it didn't. So the world's in the upright. Everyone's okay. Five of Swords. 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 I believe Five of Swords is like gaslighting. Yeah, I believe so. Let me check. I would use this deck to check it because the other deck, the one that I'm using, doesn't really have descriptions like that. It's a great deck, but doesn't really describe it so well. Five of Swords. Oh, Five of Swords. About competition. Five of Swords, like a person could be making decisions about themselves. I would have a kind of a feeling of competition. Like they're being impulsive. Yeah, like they might end up regretting their decisions. Yeah, afflicts men for days, for many days with wounds full of rot and maggots. Yeah, I think someone's gonna try to, or someone's trying to, or someone's being like impulsive and maybe rash or argumentative. Uh, yeah, yeah, I guess. I think someone's trying to get someone in an argument, or someone's trying to pull someone in a fight, or someone's trying to like. Even if the world, that's like the thing. I felt like that. I felt like, oh, the world's in the upright. I felt like it wasn't. I felt like, oh, this world's in the upright, but it isn't in the upright because something's still not right. Something's still not settled about this situation here. Yeah, someone's still unsatisfied. That, like I said, that someone's gonna have to accept that someone did like some radical acceptance in their life, and they accepted lots of things they can't change. Someone here is still not able to accept that happened. With the Five of Swords, I feel like someone's like trying to stop a person or a group of people from being able to not regret their decisions. You know, like a person who or a group of people who would feel like, you know, entitled to make someone feel that they regret their decisions and like constantly remind them of what they did. You know, constantly bring it up, constantly say, hey, haha, I know you're doing well now, but remember when a couple of years ago when you were, you know, remember that? Don't forget. I won't, you know, that sort of thing. It's like they won't let them get away from their past. They won't let them move on from their choices they made in the past. But this kind of person has a tendency, like I said, to get themselves in a situation where they can't move on from what they do. So maybe this person's kind of already stuck in something, and they're like, this could be codependency. This person could be like wanting their old friend or whatever who this is, old person, you know, they used to know them a certain way, to be the way they used to be the predictable old way they used to be, where they could make them feel, you know, that they did something wrong and they won't let them let go of it, and then they could keep them feeling bad, and then they keep them feeling indecisive, and then they could keep their world in reverse and make decisions for them. if not make decisions for them, at the very least just troll them into like a catatonic state where they can't make their own decisions, right? Put them in the Nine of Swords permanently. The fact that you or whoever this is isn't regretting whatever situations happened or didn't happen, whatever you did or didn't do, whatever someone else did or didn't do, you know, however attached you feel to it still or not, you know, the fact that you're not letting it drag you down back into the where you used to let it drag you, or used to drag you, or maybe someone else, but they're not letting it drag them where they used to go. The five of swords is less of like scary than it is irritating. It is like, you know, where you can't talk to certain family members because you know they're always going to remind you of when you struggled, and when you struggled they're always going to bring it up, and you just can't even bother talking to them because of it. But like they'd want you to feel that, say, failure that they brought up 1,000 times to remind you of it, that you would never let go of it. Like you'd always just get down in the dumps every time they would remind you, or you'd always like get depressed, or, you know, 11:11, you'd even, you know, do stuff to yourself or other people that's unhealthy, you know, even maybe continue to act in the same way that they said you acted before because they said it. But they're gonna be, or they already are, at the mercy of the words of other people pretty much all the time. So this is something that if you're one of these people that has learning to release your obligations to feel guilty about things that you didn't do, or even if things you did do, or things that were done to you, or things that people couldn't do for you or didn't do for you, if you're like can release your guilt, or like you release your feelings of like obligation to that, if you're one of those people who can do that, like wow, like they don't have the kind of power to start a fight with you, like to provoke you or to gaslight you into some sort of, like I said, mental issue or emotional state that you can't control yourself. They can't put you into the Two of Swords in reverse, and they can't take the world away from you. So the world is still in your hands, by the way. If you thought maybe it wasn't, it is. Someone might be trying to fight you for your self-control or your self-acceptance, or even your self-love. Like someone might be countering or trying to counter your ability to accept your flaws, or accept your dark side, or accept things that happened or things that they did. This could even be people, specifically people who did stuff to you, who don't want you to let go of the stuff they did to you because they want you to be mad at them forever and ever and ever, and they want to act like they're in control of you because they did stuff to you, and they want you to stay mad about it. Like they want their world to be in the upright because they want you to be in the Five of Swords where you're crying, and they're holding your swords, laughing at you, gaslighting you into, like, you know, giving up your decision making. But that's the thing. These people could be feeling bad for the things they did. They could be feeling kind of like stupid because they did some dummy things, maybe even some kind of immature stuff to get you to go feeling like obligated to feel responsible for it, and you're not. You know, your radical acceptance work is paying off here. If this is what you've been doing, if this is someone else, what you're doing in the Five of Swords isn't going to do anything to them. It's just going to turn you around, and you're going to feel that like you regret your decision to like be gossipy or gaslight them, you know. This tar. Yeah, because that's the point about a person who has the ability to, I saw 1, 3, 4, 4, let go of their resentments and let go of the past and like recover their state of self before they were injured or before they were abused or before they made a lot of decisions that they regret, you know? That kind of person is the star to a lot of people. That kind of person is like everybody like looks up to them and it's like, how did you do that? How could you let go of the past like that? How do I do that? Like, how do I not wake up feeling bad about myself, and how do I not wake up feeling resentful? That's the thing about that. A person can be self-loving and not regret their past and decisions that they made and what other people do to them, especially people that are jealous of them, that do stuff to them out of petty stuff. They can ascend to a level of like, not superiority, but like almost like stardom, like almost like a celebrity, where people see that they know how to do certain things that not many people know how to do, and that they might want to learn how to do it instead of talking crap about it, you know. They may need to learn how to do that for themselves eventually. They may need to learn how to forgive themselves eventually. So maybe they could learn how to do it from the star here.